Miami is going through a big change. People are calling it a renaissance, like a rebirth. It's becoming known as the Wall Street of the South because a lot of financial companies are moving to Florida. They like it because there are not strict rules during the pandemic, the weather is warmer, and taxes are lower. Many people are moving there, and it's making a real impact. They are planning to build 9 super-tall skyscrapers, and the first one has already started being built. These buildings will be the tallest on the East Coast, except for New York. At the same time, the cost of rent is going up, and some people who live there are moving to the outer suburbs because it's getting too expensive. All of this is happening while the effects of climate change are happening too. Someone is asking Margaret about this. They say that for people in Miami, it's not just an idea, it's real. Miami is by the ocean, and they are building a lot of tall buildings. Some people are even wondering if the city will still be there in a few decades. So how can they plan to make Miami a huge city when its future might be in danger? Miami has always been a popular city. People are drawn to it because of the warm weather, outdoor lifestyle, and lower taxes. However, the pandemic made more people interested in moving there. In the last 2.5 years, especially since the pandemic started, Miami has become a hotspot for wealthy individuals in the technology, finance, and various other industries, as well as for startups. The type of people living there and the businesses operating have gone through a significant change. In 2020, many people from other states bought homes in Miami to escape lockdowns and work from home. Big companies like Microsoft and Amazon have also leased office space in the city. In 2021, Florida experienced the second largest population increase in the entire country. This growth has led to more business opportunities. Smaller companies, which may not have considered Miami before, are now attracted to the city because of the presence of these larger firms. Miami is now being referred to as Wall Street South, because many financial and tech companies are not just opening small offices, but are making it their major base, or even headquarters. Experts predict that Miami could become a major player in the tech and finance industries, comparable to Silicon Valley and London, within the next decade. This projection remains optimistic despite concerns about rising sea levels. Miami is going through some big changes, and the construction industry is a big part of it. A really tall skyscraper, 317 meters high, is going to be built in 2023. It will be the tallest office building in the whole state. This skyscraper, called One Brickell City Center, will have a lot of office space, 148,000 square meters to be exact. It will also have the biggest floors for a Class A office tower in Miami. But guess what? Another skyscraper called One Bayfront Plaza might be even taller at 320 meters. Miami is not only getting taller buildings for offices, but also fancy homes. There's a plan for a 319-meter skyscraper at 888 Brickell Avenue with 259 condos over 82 stories. And then, there's the Waldorf Astoria Hotel and Residences, the most special of them all. It's like a stack of glass boxes, 100 stories high. The Waldorf will have 360 private homes, 205 hotel rooms, a restaurant, and ballrooms. They've already started building it. Miami is going through a major transformation with construction happening everywhere. This is something the city has never experienced before. The focus is on new businesses, which is expected to benefit the local economy. However, it's a mixed situation for the locals. On one hand, the city is booming with development, but on the other hand, it's causing a significant issue for people living there. Record rent increases are hitting the city hard, soaring by 45.8% in the past year. This makes Miami the city with the highest rent hike in the entire country, earning it the title of the most rent-burdened city in America. The consequence is that those renting homes in Miami are now spending almost 60% of their income on housing. This is pushing many locals out of the city, leading to congested roads and the expansion of outer suburbs. This situation is not unique to Miami. It's a trend observed in major cities worldwide. Miami is striving to become a prominent international metropolis, but the rapid growth is revealing challenges in terms of infrastructure. Miami, originally designed as a small town, is now grappling with the demands of a burgeoning city. The roads and public transit systems are struggling to keep up. As the city continues to develop and attract investment, questions arise about its long-term sustainability. Will the current approach lead to issues in the future? What will Miami look like at the end of the century, or even just a few decades from now? These are important considerations as the city evolves and faces the realities of its own growth. A report called the Florida Climate Outlook, created by a group of independent researchers, suggests that Miami might face serious problems by the year 2100 and could become uninhabitable even sooner. The report predicts a rise in sea levels of up to 79 centimeters by 2060, and this increase is happening faster than expected. Another study warns that areas like Miami Beach, Key West, and the Upper and Lower Keys could end up underwater. To protect Miami's future, the city is investing $4 billion over the next 40 years in constructing new seawalls, elevated roads, and improved pumps and drainage systems to tackle flooding. However, there's uncertainty about whether these measures will be sufficient. Some regions may need to consider a managed retreat strategy within the next 2 decades, as maintaining these areas could become too costly. Florida faces a unique challenge due to its location at the end of Hurricane Alley in the Atlantic Ocean. This makes the state twice as susceptible to severe superstorms compared to other areas. In 2017 alone, cyclones caused an estimated $265 billion in damages in Florida. As these storms become more frequent and deadly, staying in the state will likely become increasingly expensive. In Florida's real estate scene, a new term has emerged due to certain factors: climate gentrification. This term became popular after a Harvard study on Miami house prices in 2018. What it means is a sudden increase in the value of higher ground in the city. To illustrate, back in 2012, a home in Little Haiti cost around $99,600 on average. Fast forward to today, and the price has skyrocketed to $414,000, just a bit less than what you'd find in Miami Beach. Why is this happening? Well, it turns out that Little Haiti sits at 2.1 meters above sea level, compared to Miami Beach's 1.2 meters. Those extra 90 centimeters are translating into big bucks, and it's happening fast. Adding to the complexity, these elevated areas, which are experiencing this surge in value, have a historical demographic of being black, working class, and economically disadvantaged. Now, the people living in these neighborhoods are facing displacement due to the rise of mega-luxury developments. One striking example is the Magic City Innovation District in Little Haiti, a massive billion-dollar 6-hectare site. Just a few years ago, such a development would have been unimaginable in this area, but now it has become the new normal. Miami is definitely growing fast. There's a lot of building happening, with really tall skyscrapers going up. They're even taller than most buildings on the East Coast, except for those in New York. But there's a big problem. Miami is right at the forefront of a serious climate crisis in the US. It's going to be hit hard by rising sea levels and more hurricanes. It's not clear how the city will deal with this tough situation in the future. Right now, though, it has to construct things in a way that can handle the coming challenges. If you enjoyed this video and want to know more about the future of construction, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.